Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Lol. They are upset.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, I'm back.
Alrighty. Hello everybody, welcome to game number 2 between Team Liquid and Team Dignitas here in Killing Spree, presented by Neo Dota. Once again, I am Maut, and joining me today is PAINTITGOLD. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Excited for the second game to see if Liquid makes any adjustments, especially maybe a Wisp ban this game. I said that Dignitas was very comfortable playing Wisp and that they would take it every game if they could last game, but they decided to give it away and try to deal with it, and we'll have to see this game.
Absolutely. And we're actually going to get into the first 2 bans real quick. Unsurprisingly, Undying is going to be the first ban from the side of Dignitas. Bounty Hunter on the side of Liquid, a hero that is frustrating to play against, to be sure. And so, now, talking about, adjustments that need to be made, I thought that Liquid had that game sort of in the mid to late game. I thought they did really well for themselves. Unfortunately, AUI 2000 was just able to out-farm them and out-carry them. What do you think? Should Liquid really stick with the same heroes that they were going for in the last game, or should they try out a different team composition? Should they maybe try out different lanes? What do you think Liquid should really change here, if anything?
I didn't really like the Weaver pickup by Liquid. It just took Weaver too long to get on his feet and to actually start doing stuff. Like he built the Lincolns, and then he didn't really have damage until like 40 minutes into the game. And I don't know. They decided to ban out of Nyx now, but I'm not really sure where Liquid should go from that game. Like they played pretty well past the early game. From the mid game on, like they tightened up a lot. Early game they were dying a lot to like Nyx ganks and stuff, and they gave a lot to Dignitas. And mid game they tightened up.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about that early game, and it just was not the best for them. And they started to let Tiny, get rolling just a little bit. Oh god, that's a pun. That's a really bad pun. Anyways, Team Liquid has the first pick up here in just a second. We're going to see what they decide to go for. Batrider's available if they want to go for something like that. Darkseer was the last ban out from the side of Team Dignitas. I don't know if they're going to go for Batrider. I haven't really seen Liquid play that too often.
I think they'll go for a Batrider. Like I'm sure their players can play it. He's really good hero. Like he's just so strong. Once he gets a blink dagger, he can go around the map and dominate. And we've seen like in the G1 League, IG passed them up as a first pick against LGD, and they got put down because of it basically. And then you see in the G League, they never passed up Batrider as a first pick again. So
absolutely.
I think he's the best first pick still, even with the change that he got last patch where he can attack while he's ulting. Flaming Lasso is just such a strong skill.
It's just such a great initiation spell. I mean, if you get the farm, if you're able to get that blink as as well as the Force Staff and get in and get out with that hero that you want to pick off, it just works wonders. And Firefly is also another strong ability that can do a ton of damage, but they're going to pick up Magnus first for Team Liquid, and Batrider's going to go to the side of Dignitas now, so they will
Yeah,
pick
an
up
obvious
Magnus first, and Keeper of the Light's
instant
going to
pick.
follow.
Radiant team
So what do you
Yeah.
think about that pickup with Magnus for the side of Liquid?
I think I personally prefer Batrider. Magnus is a great hero, but he can't like long lane as well with the skewer range nerf. And he's not nearly as good of a mid game fighter as Batrider is. So, he's great at taking down like super farm carries.
Absolutely.
Because he can just ult and it goes through BKB.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I prefer Batrider much more.
I'd have to agree with you there. I think that Batrider can be put in many different scenarios, many different lanes that it can work very well. And also, if he can get farm, and I mean, he's just such a good ganker. And I think that Magnus is a very good team fighting hero, and he's a very good ganker in his own right. But I think that Batrider is probably the stronger of the two, especially with Firefly. You think about Flame Break and Sticky Napalm. The damage that he can output is just pretty nice and talent. And that's sort of in the early game, but into the mid late game that disables. Oh gosh, I've seen this before.
Yeah, Phantom Lancer pickup. This is gonna be interesting. Well, Liquid picked up CK Wisp, and that lane's a great lane. It can go in the safe lane, and it can go in mid. We've seen it run very successfully mid, recently. Because you just tether, and then you get the increased move speed, and you can just get the reality rift off so easily into the Chaos Bolt, and tether stun. And it's really strong mid, and it's strong in the safe lane as well. But we see a Caudal PL lane for Dignitas, and that's quite strong in itself.
Yeah, I mean that hero, those two heroes in combination with one another are pretty great. I mean, you just using that Spirit Lance just to harass and even go for kills with that Chakra Magic so strong, and setting up Illuminate as well. On top of that, if you put him with a tri-lane, somebody like maybe a Shadow Demon even, or another, somebody that can stun, maybe even like Vengeful Spirit to a certain extent, I feel like it could be a very strong lane and a lane that really can punish early on. So Dignitas has got some pretty strong heroes, and I think Phantom Lancer is starting to be used more and more as one of the premier carries, which is nice to see. At the same time, we're going to get into the next ban phase real quick. We're going to see Team Liquid banning out the Tinker, surprisingly enough, and then the Beastmaster ban coming right out from the side of Dignitas. So a few more bans to go. I'm looking at what everybody's got in terms of like, where they're going to send everybody. I'd assume Batrider will probably be mid. Keeper of the Light and Phantom Lancer will be in a lane together. Same with Chaos Knight and Wisp.
The thing
I'd have
about
to assume.
Batrider is like he can go anywhere. Like he can Dignitas has been known to run him in the jungle, but most of the time he'll go to the off lane because he deals with the off lane really well,
Right,
much like
that's
a
true.
Darkseer.
Yep.
He can just
hmm
go to the jungle, get up a couple levels there, and when like it pushes to his tower, he can just go back up there, and he can survive fairly well. So most teams have been opting to run him in the off lane.
10 seconds
I completely forgot about how good Batrider can be in the off lane. Just use that Firefly, get out of trouble completely. And he can get levels pretty quickly too, which is always nice to have. So we'll see where they decide to put him. And yeah, the more I think about it, the more it makes sense to put him in the off lane. So
Yeah, and I know
absolutely.
Universe plays off lane, and he plays a great Batrider as well. So
There you go. Question answered. Getting into the next few bans, though, we're going to see another. We're going to see Windrunner ban surprisingly, and then finally Quap ban on the side of Liquid. Two more bans to go, one for each team, and then we're going to into the last pick phase real quick. So it looks like both teams, Liquid right now banning out mid heroes, and then of course Dignitas banning out offlaners here because they assume. I mean, does Dignitas think that Liquid is going to send Magnus to the mid lane? Is that what they're trying to go for here?
remaining.
Dignitas thinks they're gonna send Magnus to the
5
mid lane.
seconds remaining.
I'm not completely sure. Are you thinking that they're gonna send PL Coddle to the mid lane? I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're just gonna safe lane Coddle PL, and then I mean they can safe lane CK Wisp
Radiant team
and get good farm up on the CK Wisp, or they can send it mid. But I really have no idea what they're gonna do. I haven't seen these teams run these lineups recently,
So we're
so
gonna have to wait and see how everything turns out in the end. So the last two bans, Brewmaster as well as the Disruptor ban out. Two good bans, I think. Team Dignitas and Team Liquid. One more one more pickup, excuse me, for Liquid before Team Dignitas picks up another. We'll have to see what they go for here. They probably could use another support, I'd imagine. They have Magnus, who can be sent in a variety of roles, that off lane, that mid lane. They can send Chaos Knight Wisp mid, like you were talking about earlier. Send to that dual lane. They're going to only have 3 seconds of reserve time. They're going to pick up the Chen,
yeah.
though.
I was thinking that with that they're going to be sending CK Wisp Chen in the safe lane. The problem with having a CK in the safe lane is that he doesn't really benefit from the farm as much as a hero like a PL would. Like he doesn't build up as well as a PL would. And he doesn't become like the beast that PL is going to become with like the Diffusal Manta build. CK just kind of tanks up, and they needed something that can like pressure towers and take down early towers, because that's the key when you're facing PL, is to
Absolutely.
just
He
push
just
hard
snowballs out of
early before he
control.
gets any items, yeah, because he's just so strong late game.
Just get those illusions, just get them tankier, get them doing more damage, and just send them on their way and just try to push towers with them, split push even, and it does such a good job of it too. So we'll have to see how this does work out. One more pick up here from Dignitas before we get to the last two picks for both teams. Reserve time finally being used for Dignitas. Liquid only has 3 seconds left on their reserve time, and it will be a Tidehunter pickup for the side of Dignitas, so getting a little bit more team fight there. Certainly a nice pickup.
Mm-hmm. It shows that they like want to make sure that their towers stay alive. The Tidehunter pick does. It's a good pick for them. Right now, like Liquid kind of has like this overwhelming like tower push in the early game. That Dignitas is gonna have a problem dealing with. And once Tide gets 6, they should be able to defend those towers a lot easier than they would have without him.
Absolutely. And 3 seconds of reserve time. They're going to pick up the Luna. Interesting. So you've
Oh,
got the
yeah,
CK
I
and
like
the
this a
Luna.
lot more.
So
This is a very LGD int-esque lineup right now. We've seen LGD int run a lineup like this. I imagine that they're gonna just be sending Luna to the safe lane, and then Magnus off lane, and then just CK Wisp mid, or they could aggressive tri lane with CK Wisp and Chen and send Magnus mid and Luna in the safe lane. And they're gonna pool the Luna so that she can beat whatever hero is laned against her. And it's worked out very successfully for LGD and a lot of the time.
yeah, and you were talking about where they can send everybody. It just makes me realize that they have so much they can do with this lineup. There's a lot of versatility, I think, and a lot of early aggression as well. A lot of team fighting ability, and especially a lot of just damage in general. When you think about Eclipse, you think about the Magnus ult, the reverse polarity, of course. I mean, and the gank ability that they have just with the Wisp and CK as well. So I think that this is a very good lineup for Liquid. Team Dignitas, of course, has that Phantom Lancer, has that Kotal, of course, Batriders as well. They need one more hero to finish it all off, and we're going to wait to see what it is. They've got about 50 seconds left in reserve time, so Dignitas will pick up their final hero in just a moment. Once again, this is game number 2 for Killing Spree. This is Dignitas versus Liquid. Thank you for joining us. Of course, I am Maut. With me is PAINTITGOLD, and we are so glad you are here with us. We're having a lot of fun.
Yep. And I'm not sure what Dignitas is going to pick up last. Maybe a mid, maybe an off lane. It's like both lineups are very hard to tell what they're going to do with it. They're going to have the Kotal PL in the safe lane, I would assume, guaranteed. And then they can have like a Tide support or Tide in off lane, back in mid, Tide in mid. It's just impossible to call right now. And a
Yeah,
Shadow
we'll go
Demon,
for
that's a
Shadow
great
Demon.
pick. I thought that they needed more defense against like if they got a Coddle in Tidehunter lane, then they would that's a very weak lane in the safe lane, and PL wouldn't be able to get much farm that he needs to survive and make an impact on the game. They picked up the Shadow Demon so that Shadow Demon can disrupt someone and Coddle can charge up a blast, and it's a really strong combination. We've seen it out from Empire before.
Something that I've been seeing a lot as well recently. It's a very I mean you think about Kotal and you think about the Phantom Lancer together, and you just want to make it work in a tri lane. And you're talking about what they could have done there, and I think that the Shadow Demon is probably one of the best pickups they could have gone for. So I think what this means is that it'll probably be, I imagine, a Tidehunter in the off lane and then mid Batrider, or am I wrong in saying this?
Well, Universe is on bad, and he has 6 tangos into health bar right now.
Ah,
Um, that doesn't really tell you anything, but I think it's going to be like an off lane, but I think he's going to start in the jungle as Batrider, and
okay.
then move into the off lane. And then by the looks of things, maybe a Tidehunter middle on Fogs. Like I was saying, Tide can go mid easily, and Bat could go mid easily, but I think it makes more sense for Bat to start in the jungle and get his levels up.
Absolutely. Now both teams actually looking as 5 in their own jungle, but they're not going to find anybody. And doing some quick introductions here. On the side of Team Liquid, we've got TC on the Luna. Bulbo will be on the Magnus. We're going to see Korok on the Chaos Knight. You're going to see IX Mike 88 on the Wisp. And finally, Fluff and Stuff will be on the Chen. Heading over to the top lane, we see Dignitas. Universe is playing the Bat Rider. We've got Way Too Sexy on the Shadow Demon. Tide of Time on the Keeper of the Light. AUI 2000 on the Phantom Lancer. And finally, Fog Dota will be on the Tide Hunter. So, and looks like it's exactly what you said. Looks like it'll be a mid-Tide Hunter. We're going to see Bat Rider head into the jungle for the time being, then probably head into that off lane. You were talking about that. Of course, the tri-lane will be a safe lane tri-lane for the side of the Phantom Lancer, the Codal, and the Shadow Demon. I'm waiting to see what Liquid is doing right now with their lineup. See how they're roaming
Yeah,
around.
they're gonna just do safe lanes. They're both gonna secure their safe lanes. Like Chen's gonna be in his own jungle. Wisp and CK are gonna get their levels up, and they're gonna have a Luna in the mid. Ooh, a Luna in the mid, huh?
Very
Okay,
interesting.
well
You don't
Luna
really
mid
see
is
that too
good.
often.
And then Mag off
Blessing
lane.
first. Yep, Magnus in the off lane. Bulba playing that one, so we'll have to see here. Now, I mean, this is good for TC, because it's not really the hardest matchup I think, against Fogged on that Tide Hunter. I think TC should have a decent time getting last hits and maybe even harassing a little bit. Already, counter ward coming out, though, from the side of Way Too Sexy. And Bulba taking
That
some
makes it
harass.
very unsecure for TC. Like he needs to be worried about ganks a lot more now without that ward, and that's like their only ward for the rune before 6 minutes. So he's not gonna have any knowledge of where runes are, or who has what, if they're coming mid, etc. So it was a good counter ward.
Very good counter ward early on. Bulba taking a bit of harass up here in the top lane. Actually, he had to pop up, I believe, just a few tangos, maybe even itself. Took a Illuminate to the face as well as the Spirit Lance, but now there's no mana left on the Phantom Lancer, however. That will change quickly once Tides gets that Chakra Magic up on him. Bottom lane right now, we see 7 last hits going for Korok, but once again, we saw Korok just be able to last hit so effectively in the previous game, but it just didn't turn out well enough for them. So we'll have to see how this does go. I mean, it's still early on, still a little too early to tell. Ball gonna get hit up with a Lucent Beam from the side of Luna, and that's gonna be it for now. So 137 in the game. You're talking about how that ward placement very strong for the side of that counter ward, I should say, very strong from the side of Dignitas. If they want to roam and go for a gank, they can absolutely do so. I'm not sure when they'll do it, but I imagine they will. You know, they'll try to go with a smoke maybe even, but with that counter ward, that does provide them a little bit more room. Battle coming in on the courier for the side, I believe, of Fogged right now. TC's gonna.
Yeah, and Liquid has a nice push going bottom as well. They have the Troll Warlord, and the tower is going to be going down in 2 minutes, which is good for them. And Caudal has already rotated to hopefully stop it a bit or prevent the second tower from being pushed, because losing one is pretty standard nowadays. It's losing the second one that you have to worry about.
Korok will take that last hit as well, and yeah, I mean, Caudal is here, I think, just to provide a little bit of pushback here with that Illuminate, making sure that they don't push another tower, and it'd be very tough to do so right now. Korok will concede a last hit, though. In the top lane, though, you see Bulba taking a bit of damage. He's okay for the time being. Way Too Sexy. He's going to continue to chase and zone him out, but other than that, AUI 2000 going to be getting some more last hits. 14 last hits for him, 18 for Korok right now. So once again, not a whole lot of aggression coming in, but it's only 243, so there's still time, obviously. And Tide's time still down here right now. Still going to try to push this wave back, and Korok is going to continue to farm up. He's actually at 1,500 gold right now, so Korok at a very nice amount of gold right now. He can get whatever he really wants to pretty soon. And Fogged with an Invis Rune, he's going to sit here maybe looking for an Anchor Smash, or it's actually just going to hit TC, and there's going to be a Gush as well, just doing a little bit of harass. Not too much, though, so.
TC 14 last hits, pretty good.
Oh, top lane. Bulba's getting hit by a few of those illusions, but he's okay. And yeah, I mean, TC's doing a pretty good job in the mid lane right now with 15 last hits. Fogg's not doing too bad himself. He's got 13 on that Tide Hunter, of course, Anchor Smash, providing a lot of that last standing ability in the mid lane, so good stuff there. And 337 right now in the game, AUI 2019 last hits. Caudal back up into the top jungle right now. Universe is actually kind of low in health, but he's going to finish off this creep wave and maybe head back to the well to heal up for a little while, and then maybe head to that lane down bottom and sit there for a little bit of time. But Fluff is here with IX Mike. Both of them are smoked up, but there's nothing really over here.
Yeah, they're looking for the Caudal transferring from bottom.
Speaking of the Caudal, Way Too Sexy is here looking for a gank maybe on Luna, but the tower has been pushed back. They have to go around from the side and do a wraparound and try to gank that way. But TC's going to continue to last hit, push it back out. Illuminate's going to fly and hit TC right in the face. Going to cancel his Tranquil Boots for the time being. But he'll be fine. And they're going to back off. It looks like they're not going to go for another gank just yet. And Tides is going to come in here, maybe try to hit Illuminate, but not going to happen. Meanwhile, Batrider Universe realizes that he's not in the best position. He's going to back off. And now this tower will continue to get pushed here with Fluff. He's going to send his Ursa Warrior in there and try to do a little bit more damage. Their Flint Break's going to fly out from long range.
Yeah, losing 2 towers like this very early in the game is it's going to be bad for Dignitas if they lose both, but they're responding to it. Hopefully before the tower dies. Fogged almost level 6 is running down there.
Universe, 4-second stun on him, and that will be first blood for Korok right there. Nice stun coming in from Korok, nice Reality Rift as well. Illuminate flying in Ix Might, and Ix Might taking a bit of damage. He's going to go down. Fog getting the kill there with his Anchor Smash. Fluff trying to get the tower. He does get it, but it might cost his life, and in fact will do so. And Fog getting a double kill because of it, and he's actually level 6 right now too, so nice job there.
Fluff realized he was going to die and went for the tower, made sure it wasn't denied, and saved a lot of gold for his team. That was a really nice play coming out from Fluff.
Yep.
At the same time, TC also free farm mid a bit. And the pressure was relieved off Bulba top, and he's been getting really good XP as an offlane mag because PL can't really keep Magnus out of the lane at all.
Now, if he has that Keeper of the Light thing, if he has that Keeper of the Light, or maybe even just more sexy there, then I'd say yes. But for the time being solo, he can't really do much. I mean, spamming 1 or 2 nukes from him, and that'll be the end of his mana pool. So he'll spam it once again.
Bulba's hitting level 6 now, and he's farming really well as an offlane hero, so good for him. Gonna be really good for Liquid.
Absolutely. And Fog now, he's actually got Arcane Boots of his own with that Ravage available, so his farm is going pretty well here in the mid lane, and TC's gonna back off. 31 last hits for the side of TC, 32 now, and 30 going to Fogged. And Fogged is going to take and bottle up that regen rune, and maybe they're gonna think about ganking. Way Too Sexy is here. And Korok's going to head down. Korok actually picking up a Hand of Midas for the Chaos Knight, so going to try to elevate that farm just a little bit. Very interesting to see how that turns out for him.
Yeah, after a long game like what he just played with Dignitas, sometimes you get the feel that like the games are just going to go long, and that like a Hand of Midas would like be a real game changer if he just like he just farmed for the majority of last game. Throughout like the mid game, and it wasn't much fighting, so like why not pick up a Midas to elevate your farm?
I mean, yeah,
get in 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind
and
of
2 towers down. Yeah, that's just the effect of taking 2 towers down, and this is gonna snowball too. Like Fluff's gonna have his mech done in a minute or 2. He's 500 gold off at the moment, and then once we see some core items like treads and drum up on CK, I think they're going to start 5-manning and trying to take towers.
Yeah, absolutely. Korok already dealing a bit of damage with that treads finished up, and of course the attack speed from the Hand of Midas is always nice as well. AUI 2000 continuing to try to farm, going for what seems to be Tranquil Boots, yep, and he's also got a Sage's Mask in his inventory as well. And Bulba now might need to back off. Spirit Lance going to hit a creep, not going to go for it on Bulba right there.
Yeah. Ice Mike really needs to get his level 6 on Wisp. He's been roaming around too much, I think. And he's only level 4 right now. Once he gets level 6, like Liquid CK, Korok's going to be able to respond to anywhere on the map. Any aggression out from Dignitas, and they're going to be able to be their aggressors as well. So it's really vital that Ix Mike gets levels up right now, and he's going to do that by pulling the lane back.
Yeah, getting that relocate is going to be very nice to have for Mike. And we'll be pulling and making sure that this he does get the experience from this creep camp with this creep wave like you talked about. Batrider now up in the jungle. He's level 6. Universe has that lasso available if needed, so he might look for some sort of gank on the backside. Bulba is here with Fluff. Bulba has level 7, so he's got reverse polarity ready if needed. Centaur Khan is going to stun them up for just a second. Mid TC is still there, farming away. He's actually going to be taking this amp for the time being. He's got 45 last hits, 47 for Korok, and 53 for AUI, so TP actually going to come in from the side of Fog. He's got an Invis rune. He might try to go for a Ravage here, but yeah, Bulba and Fluff are actually back near the towers, so...
Yeah, they're kind of waiting on Mike to get a 6 so that CK and Wisp can get up there and they can fight like a bigger fight. But Mike fell behind in levels a bit due to some senseless roaming, I think. And like the window of opportunity is just gone by a little bit until he gets a 6, which he's pretty close to. He's been pulling for a minute now, and he gained a level, and he's almost 6. 200 XP off.
Meanwhile, Smoke Gank, but Fogged is invis, so he sees it and pops that smoke out of existence. So Fluff and Bulba are like, well, there's somebody here. Gush is going to fly into Bulba. Fogged is going to be doing that, and Bulba's just going to say, okay. He's going to head back to the lane top, probably. AUI 2000 continuing to farm up here in the top lane. And what do you think Korok's first big item is? I really am interested to see what he's going to go for. I mean, you talk about Drum, I think, is an item that he'll probably pick up, I'd imagine. But what like first damaging item, or what do you think is his first big item? Maybe Armlet?
He could go on Armlet, yeah. Armlet BKB is another option that he could go into. You want that BKB pretty early on because this Tide's already level 6 and he's going to be influencing the fights quite a bit. And if you have a BKB, then you don't have to worry about getting like ravaged into a 5-second Caudal Blast. It does 500 damage to you, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Survivability is the name of the game for Korok right now, I'd imagine.
So I would imagine maybe an Armlet into a BKB, or a Drum into a BKB. It depends how early Liquid wants to pressure, and I don't think they can pressure that early just because of how the game has been, and this Tide has so many levels, and he's such a force on the field, really. So I don't think they can get the pressure off that they wanted to at this point. They need to get more of an advantage first.
Recall coming in. There's going to be Eclipse on Fog to the mid lane right now. IX Mike is in fact level 6. TB's going to get canceled. They might just try to push this for the time that IX Mike is still here with Korok. He's only there for another 5 seconds. Might just let go of the tether altogether. And looks like he's not going to. Oh yeah, he will. So IX Mike will head back to the top lane alone, but he's fine. He's going to head back mid. Fortification flying on the mid tower, but I think it will go down. TB coming in from the side of the Keeper of the Light right now, but this tower in fact will go down. Korok will probably get the last hit. Yes, he will. There's a Caudal Blast flying out.
That mid tower going down gives a lot of map control to Liquid. Like, they can't respond to Wisp ganks so easily, and they can't farm out. Like Dignitas can't farm out by the river as easily. So it's a big move for Liquid, and a much needed move.
Absolutely.
And with that, I wouldn't be surprised to see them just pick up an item on Korok. He has 3k gold right now. Maybe he's going a BKB first, but once he does pick up an item, they're going to be looking to pressure top very soon with Meg's RP.
Yeah, and he's actually not used that this game yet, so I'm waiting to use that reverse polarity and big spell for sure. Looking at the XP graph right now, 2,000 going the side of Liquid, gold about 5,000, so 5,1157 is kind of a lot when you think about it. So already Liquid now in a sizable lead in terms of gold, but still never count out the Phantom Lancer, especially with this kind of team fight that he has around him. So
yeah, and a huge item pickup just happened. Universe just picked up his Blink Dagger, so that's going to be what it's going to do is allow them to create a lot more space on the map for the PL. Every kill will delay Liquid's push, and that's really what he's looking for right now.
It's going to be important. Liquid's push, of course, they've already gotten so many towers with, Fluff, with that mech, with, of course, his creeps. Getting 3 towers, actually, at 12 minutes in the game is pretty nice, and their sites will be set up top pretty soon, I'd have to imagine, but Universe is smoked up, looking for perhaps a gank on Bulba. He might find it. There's going to be a blink. There's going to be Lasso. He's going to bring him up to the high ground, too, or thinking about it. Just going to keep him there with the Illuminate. Bulba's going to skewer up on the high ground. There's a reverse polarity, and actually a recall coming in, so Bulba will go down, but Korok, in the meantime, getting a kill on the side of the Keeper of the Light. There's going to be the Phantasm, and now Fog is going to come up. He's looking for a Ravage right now, but not going to fly, and the relocate actually ended, so Mike and Korok down back in the bottom lane. So they lose Bulba, but they gain the kill on the Tides of Time, so, or excuse me, yeah, Tides of Time, I think is playing the Keeper Blade, so yeah, nice job there.
That was a good trade for Dignitas, because what Liquid wants is they want the Blink Dagger up on Bulba so that they can initiate fights a lot easier, and Caudal doesn't really need anything except levels because his Illuminate is just so powerful by itself.
Absolutely.
And they just delayed the Blink Dagger on Bulba more.
Which I'm sure is frustrating. He's got about 1,300 gold, though, so he's not that far behind. Just needs a few more hundred.
And Korok picked up his Armlet, and that's a really early Armlet. Like, he's doing so much damage right now. That
that's going to be nice to have. You think about the levels, too. I mean, He's level 10 right now, and you think about Kodal and, of course, the Shadow Demon, who are 6 and 7 respectively. He's going to be doing a lot of damage to those guys specifically, assuming that he doesn't get, stun locks or whatever. So we'll have to see if they want to keep pressuring and they want to keep the pressure on. I mean, they're sitting up here on the high ground. They're thinking about going on Tide to Sign. In fact, they will do so.
Oh.
That Riata just grabs him up on the high ground, and Korok just absolutely decimates him. And so they get that nice quick pickup, and they're picking up onto the tier 3 right now, which is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, that was where Universe blinked with Batrider. That's all those pings were.
Okay, I was just like, do they want to go for that? Or they're trying to pressure this and push the lane out at least a little bit. I mean, Fluff still has, of course, 2 of these creeps here. The Earth War, the Satyr Hellcaller, and Midas again being used for the CK, and they're gonna head back a little bit. Meanwhile, in the top lane, I think AUI 2000, yes, he does finish up his Diffusal Blade, so that's a pretty nicely timed Diffusal. He's got 104 last hits at 15 minutes of the game. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really going to allow him to farm up a lot easier with the stats from the Diffusal, because the images get so much stronger from the stats, and they also get the mana burn, so...
Always nice to have.
Yeah, it's just going to speed up his farm, and they really need a PL farm. Like, the clock is kind of ticking down on how long they have before, like, Team Liquid starts pushing heavily. And if PL doesn't have like a Manta and a Purge by then they're going to be in a bit of trouble unless they get really good fights off.
You know, that's the key also, is getting really good fights off. We saw in the previous game, despite only having
Fog
one
picked
really
up his
farm
Blink
carry.
Dagger. Yeah, Fog picked up his Blink Dagger as well.
Oh boy, it's hard under with the Blink Dagger. So Blink Ravage and of course the Blink Lasso are available for the side of Dignitas. Liquid right now, Bulba's still trying to pick his up. He's 500-ish gold away right now from that Blink Dagger. We'll be getting there soon. Of course, that death earlier on when they traded for the Keeper of the Light.
All of Dignitas just headed top to try to claim their first tower, but then Liquid just pressured mid and...
Oh boy, he's going to get hit up. There's going to be Eclipse Ravage. He's going to fly as well. 2 seconds stun. Oh boy, the Eclipse is still doing a lot of damage. Universe is going to go down because of it, and Chen's going to get that kill, and the mech is going to pop immediately. So they take 2 kills for essentially nothing. A few wasted ults from the side of Dignitas using that lasso. Korok taking a bit of damage there from the Spirit Lance as well as the Diffusal Blade. Hand of God is going to fly out, however. Going to heal them all back up, and they're going to try to focus this tier 2 down, and they should have no problem doing so.
Dignitas gets their first tower up top just by creeps. That's good.
Actually, back off
But
right
yeah.
now is Team Liquid. Now they're thinking about going way too sexy, taking some damage. Shockwave gonna miss, but the Wisp's just doing so much damage with that Spirit. IX Mike is gonna get that kill. Fortification flying out from the side of the Dire Dignitas trying to save this tower, but it should go down here from TC. One more right click should do the job. In fact, Chen will pick up the last hit and pop that mech and head on home. So a good fight for the side of Liquid. They'll pick up a few kills as well as the tower.
And that Tide just melted. He died to the Lucent Beams. The Eclipse from Luna, well, he got Ravage off, but yeah, he just melted. Like, Ravage couldn't do anything. He got caught out there.
Absolutely.
And that is not a fight that Dignitas can take like that. They have to pick their fights really, really wisely, especially with Ravage, you know, because it's such long cooldown. It was a big mistake, and they lost mid tower for it.
And now Korok wants to maybe try to think about taking this top tier 1.
Oh yeah, everyone is going to move there in Liquid. They're just going to try to take both top tier 1 and tier 2. They know that Ravage is on cooldown for probably another minute.
On top of that, Korok has this Phantasm, so if they need to fight, they absolutely can. Korok can use that Phantasm, and that just makes you do so much more damage.
Yeah, he's 50 gold off his BKB as well, and that's what I told you he's going to be rushing.
Good call there.
And that just makes him a beast in team fights. Like, he's not going to be hit by any of the spell damage, like Ravage or Illuminate. Ooh, and Dignitas. They're trying to sneak a Roshan, just like this is what got Team Liquid back in the game last game.
And it is a little slow, but there's not rotating in just yet from the side of Liquid. They're waiting. Of course, they do have that relocate. Roshan very close to going down, though. It looks like he will.
Get in there! Get in there!
They will not, though. They will take the Aegis,
no
and it
idea.
will go on AUI 2000. Here comes the relocate, however. They're going to try to go. They're going to go on Fog. Fog, in fact, will go down. Can they get anybody else is the question. Here's the Warriors chasing after them. I don't think they can. AUI 2000 is running way too fast, unless Korok can somehow get there, but it doesn't look like it will. And that's going to be the end of the aggression. So they do take the Roshan. They lose the Tidehunter. But they get an Aegis up on the Phantom Lancer, so
Yeah. And by losing Tide Hunter, Liquid's also going to be setting up for a push in the top lane as well. And trying to get that second tier tower. And just take away all map control from Dignitas.
that map control is pretty important. You think about getting to Roshan at this point in time. If you're Liquid, you've essentially severed all connections with the Dire to Roshan. I mean, they're still closer, obviously, but they have to walk there. They can't TP into a tower, whereas Liquid does have that tier 1 mid and, of course, bottom as well. They will take down the tower, the tier 2 top tower. Illuminate's going to fly out and try to push this back, doing so much damage, but the mech's going to fly immediately after. Yeah, I mean, that hurts, like, a lot until later on into the game. And even later on in the game, it still is not fun to get hit in the face with that, so... Luna finishing up anti-style, actually, so I actually want to check out a few things here real quick. Looking at the items, we already saw the that Fluff has that mech up on him. CK, you talked about the BKB. It is finished up for him. TC's next item looks to be a BKB as well. He's got that
Yeah,
overclub.
it's going to be a BKB.
And then Magnus, Bulba's got that Blink Dagger going for him. Yasha is up on AUI 2000. He'll have that Mantis style soon as well. Looks like a gem of True Sight on the side of Universe, and he'll be going for a Force Staff next as well. So, pretty standard items, I think. Oh, relocate happening right now. Fog might be in some trouble. Here comes Way Too Sexy as well. Reverse Polarity going on one, but that's a nice disruption. 4-second stun going on the side of Way Too Sexy. He's going to go down, but meanwhile, Fog uses ult on the backside. AUI 2000 getting a kill on the side of Chen. He's going down, but his Hand of God went out before he died. Korok thinking about maybe getting out right now. 2-for-2 trade. And TC looking for something. Here comes University. He already used his lasso. He's got his blink on cooldown, but it will be off cooldown right now. He can blink away if necessary. AUI 2000 also backing off. So a 2-for-2 trade. And pretty even one at that. I'm not sure who really comes out ahead after that fight.
Oh yeah, it was definitely Liquid that came ahead. It was just more kills for them, and Korok picked up a couple kills. 1 kill. And yeah, they only lost Bulba, and Bulba already has Blink Dagger, so I mean, like, the next item he's getting is a Refresher, and there's really no, like, rush to get that item, so...
Absolutely not.
Yeah. AUI didn't pick up any kills either, so... Or did he?
He got
he got one on Liquid Fluff. Yeah.
So that, I mean, that helps AUI 2000.
And he's actually quite farmed. Yeah, he's actually quite farmed now. He has a Yasha and 3.5k, so he's gonna either be able to finish his Manta, or he might just go straight hard and get more health for him and Disillusions.
He just bought the Manta straight up, so it's flying out to him right now. So there's that. Looking at the net worth, Korok is leading the way, only by 2,000 though in terms of net worth. It's pretty close, honestly, and of course TC not too far behind. The Phantom Lancer is actually doing pretty well for himself and trying to get that BKB up pretty quickly. He'll have enough for Mithril Hammer pretty soon, so there's that. Liquid now maybe gonna head up to the top lane, 3 of them at least. Roll is here as well, giving Chaos Knight that cleave from Empower. It's always nice to have. And extra damage as well.
Korok is 3k, he's so rich. I think you just said that. But he's just so rich.
And he's going to be even richer after he just used that Midas too, so... I mean, yeah, that Midas is starting to pay off dividends, and of course that early aggression on those towers, and you talked about it, those 2 towers in the bottom lane, of course the mid lane tower as well. Providing a nice little bit of gold for the side of Korok.
Yeah, I love seeing lineups like this from Team Liquid. I find it really suits their style, like Chen, and just making sure they can push early and getting control over the game early. It reminds me of the way Complexity used to play.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I really think it's their style a lot more than farming their last game and not really pushing and not really grouping up as 5.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Radiant's career somehow goes down. I don't know where that was, but it was probably not in a good position.
Yeah, and AUI also got mid tower, so he's farming at a pretty crazy rate right now. He has 210 CS, and
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's just really farming some items. He's got that Aegis on him too, so if they really wanted to force something, they might be able to with that Aegis, but at the same time, I think he's waiting for a little bit more tankiness. Of course, that Heart of Trash will help him in that regard. He's sending his illusions on the creep camps, and he's going to go into lane and take the lane farm, essentially. He's doing a very good job of splitting up his illusions, making sure he's getting the most CS possible, and you talked about it, and he's got 223 right now. Just in the last few minutes, he's gotten a lot, so... Keeper of the Light trying to go for him, mech. Yeah, I mean... So you think it'll be a Heart of Trash next for the Phantom Lancer?
It could be. He could just go butterfly. The problem is, like, even if he gets a heart, he could get RP'd and just focus down. Even with a heart. So he might just want to focus on dodging the RP and get up a damage item like butterfly and not go in at all until RP's down, basically.
Right. Yep. And that's
Oh,
right.
and
Oh god.
way too sexy.
He's gonna disrupt himself, but I don't know how much that's gonna save him. In fact, he's gonna get skewered. Oh, there's a big Ravage coming in. Ice Mike taking a lot of damage. He's gonna go down. Bulba in some trouble. He's gonna go down. Hand of God trying to save his life, but not enough. Korok pops his BKB. He is all alone right here. They've got no kills so far.
He's just getting beat on by PL.
Oh, Korok is gonna go down maybe. The Illusion's doing enough damage, and of course the Gush getting that kill. Fog getting it. Nice job there, getting a double kill. A gank that could have been devastating.
Yeah, you were saying you're not sure how much this is gonna do, but it did a lot. Like, Fog came in with the Blink Dagger, got the Ravage off, saved his allies, and also picked up the triple kill on all of them.
Big deal. I didn't know they were all close together like that. I didn't know they were all gonna roam and just suddenly pop out together. So, very nice counter initiation.
Liquid should be thinking like that because, like, they've took away all their map control. Like, so Dignitas naturally, when you take down all their towers and stuff, they don't feel safe anywhere on the map. So they generally like travel in a vicinity really close to each other, you know.
Absolutely.
And it paid just like that.
Yep.
Paid off.
And now AUI 2000 heading to, well, he's actually going to purchase up that heart. It looks like he just bought the recipe. It's on the courier. He just needs the vitality booster now. And once he gets that heart, I think he is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he's already got the most net worth right now. He just surpassed Korok. So that last fight was not good for the side of Liquid. And now Dignitas might be in a position to really be able to come back from this. They're down experience. They're about 5,000 down in terms of experience. Gold is 6,000 still. That, I mean, this is nothing really when you compare it to some of the comebacks that we've seen from in the Dota scene before. So
yeah, something we haven't talked about this game is TC. He has his BKB finished and he has 1,000 gold, so he hasn't been involved in the fights either.
That's true. He's just been farming pretty much this entire game, and now he does have that BKB done. He's got a Mantis Sal as well, so if he wants to fight, he can, absolutely, and he's level 16 too, so we'll have to see how when they're going to use TC effectively. Smoke Gang coming from the side of Korok, Mike, and Fluff right now, letting Bulba try to push this lane out. Maybe try to draw them in with a bait or something like that. On the backside, we do see, of course, TC rotating in through the river as well. There's no vision on the Dire. Well, the Dire might have seen across the river, but looks like Korok is going to try to find Fog. There's going to be Reality Rift plus the stun, the 2-second stun. Fog might use his, well, he's not going to. There's going to be the lasso on to Korok right now. He's BKB'd up, but it doesn't matter because they're going to bring him out of that fight. AUI 2000 might try to go on to Korok right now. And there's a stun coming in, 2-second stun on him. Meanwhile, reverse polarity on 2 right now. As you can see, there goes the Eclipse as well. Nice skewer, but bringing him out of range. But AUI 2000 taking a lot of damage. He is going to go down. That's a double kill for Fluff. Immediate buyback coming in from the side of AUI 2000 right now. And they lose nothing on the side of Liquid, so nice gank there. Playing as 5.
That was a really nice RP by Bulba, and he pulled AUI back as well. If he didn't pull AUI back, I don't think he would have died there. But he did, and they got the kill. Ooh, AUI playing some little mind games.
Yeah,
sending an illusion.
Yeah, that was nifty and scary at the same time. But now they're going to try to go for the tier 3 and the racks. Fortification is going to fly. Everybody's up in about 3 seconds, so they might just back off here. Bulba taking some damage from that Spirit Lance on the backside, and AUI 2000 is going to actually defuse a Bulba, but he's going to skewer himself away right now. Mech's going to be popped. Korok thinking about going. There's going to be the Reauditor. 3-second stun on AUI 2000. There's the Shockwave as well. Flame Break going. There's going to be a nice disruption coming and saving his life for the time being. There's a Ravage, big Ravage under 3. Korok is going to go down immediately, but now trying to get on the backside. They get Wisp as well, and Blink coming in from the side of Bulba. He's going to try to get out of there. Lasso coming in from Universe on the backside. Fluff is going to be the next target here, and they defend. So nice job from Dignitas. Really good defense. And they're able to push it back and take a few kills.
Just as Roche is respawning too.
Yeah,
within 30 seconds. This is really bad for Liquid. Dignitas forced that fight knowing that Tide died without ravaging. It was on cooldown when he got lassoed, or stunned by Chaos Knight, not lassoed. Yeah, it was on cooldown. It was 7 seconds left, and he didn't get it off. So Dignitas knew they could fight once he was alive with Ravage, and that's what they did. And they got 3 kills, and Roshan just respawned, and PL's going to pick up another Aegis, and this isn't looking good for the Liquid side.
No, absolutely not. Team Liquid looked very strong early on in the stage of the game, but a few poor fights, and things are going the side of Dignitas right now, and AUI 2000 is playing so well, getting so many kills. Fog as well. Fog has played absolutely amazing. I think he's been getting a lot of kills. That Blink Ravage was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's had great timing. right time.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to try to take this Roshan. They'll be successful at it, and will be another Aegis to be immortal for the side of AY 2000. We talked about that already. Picking up a heart, already has that on him. He's also got 2,500 gold in the bank right now, and he's looking pretty good for himself.
And he farms faster with the Quilling Blade too. He doesn't have to worry about carrying a TP around because he just has a Coddle that can port him anytime, anywhere. And he's talked about this. He loves having Coddle on his team for this reason. But he might pick up a TP and sell his Quilling Blade now.
And we'll have to see. Yeah, he's going to pick up Diffusal Blade level 2.
Yeah, and he's just going to keep the Quilling Blade to farm faster. He really advocates this.
Just send those illusions in the jungle and they'll take care of the work. Fluff now getting a Ghost Scepter, and I don't blame them. And the rest of Liquid right now. I'm going to take a look at the graphs after that fight. I haven't checked them in a while. 5,000 still right now in experience, but gold is starting to slip. About 4,000 right now. Is about 6,000 last time we checked it. So, it's looking okay for Dignitas. They still need to be able to push a few towers. Obviously, there's no tier 1s left, but if they can get a fight and maybe a tier 2, they'll be in a very good position. But they're not really going to push out, I don't think, until they're ready, until Ravage, of course, is back off cooldown, until they've got a farmed of AUI 2000, which he is pretty farmed right now, I'd have to say, so.
He is indeed, and he has 2.5k, probably a butterfly next to him.
That would be an excellent pickup, that evasion, of course, and making it even more difficult for them to kill him with that Heart of Tarrascardi on him. And with that Aegis, do you think they're going to push in the next few minutes with that Aegis still up, or are they going to just try to farm and let this go on a little bit longer?
I think they're just going to farm and try to let it go on a bit longer. Maybe at the end of the Aegis time. They have quite a bit of time left, so they're going to try to milk all that time for him to farm. Because they know with more farm, PL's like just going to decimate this game. So they're going to buy that time and then look to fight at the end of it, I think. Universe is also quite farmed. He has a 4-staff, 2k, and Blink Dagger. And he's been carrying a gem around for the last 10-15 minutes. And we see a smoke from Dignitas.
This could be big. Let's see if they catch anybody out right now. There's nobody in the Radiant jungle right now. They're all on the edge at the tier 2 tower. The only person that's close is TC, and he's backing off smartly. He's got an Eagle Song in his inventory, so we'll have to see if they can catch him out.
And Korok picked up a finish art, by the way.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, and they're going to catch Korok out. There's going to be the last one on him right now. He's taking a bit of damage. There's going to be a Ravage as well. Nice chain. Korok is going to get all healed. Shiva's guard going as well. Eclipse is going to fly out. Fog taking a bit of damage. And there's going to be one kill for Korok right now. Getting the kill on Universe. He's going to buy back immediately. Nice. 2 seconds stun. But here comes AUI 2000 trying to go on Korok desperately. They want this kill. Korok will go down, in fact, and AUI 2000 getting that kill. Mech is going to pop it. So 2 for 1 right now. AUI 2000, they're trying to turn this around. There's going to be the reverse polarity on Bull, but TC trying to right-click him down desperately. But AUI 2000 does a lot of damage. He's also very tanky. However, he's taking a lot of damage, but he does have that Aegis. He will pop that Aegis off. And Bulba needs to back off now, and he's going to blink away as well. So Fluff also needs to back off. AUI 2000 thinking about chasing. He might use that Spirit Lance. There it goes. And they want to keep chasing. There's the Ghost Scepter. AUI 2000 is just going to keep diving right now. There's the Diffusal Blade. Fluff in some trouble right now, taking some damage. He's going to get the Mech Pop charge, but the Spirit Lance should finish it off. And TC now trying to go. Tide's going to take some damage. He's going to go down. And that should be the end of the aggression, I think. Not bad for Liquid, but still, AUI 2000 getting a bunch of kills there, and especially killing Korok, very important.
Really key to kill Korok. They didn't actually kill Korok before, like they blew everything on him and tried to kill him before he could even BKB or split. But they didn't get it off, and the fight was actually going pretty poorly for Dignitas at first. And then AUI showed up, and he so farmed his PL. And
yeah. I mean, that's probably he came to the fight late. So whenever they blew that Ravage, whenever they blew all that initiation on Korok, I don't think he was there to do the right-click damage. Had he been there, I'd imagine he'd go down in, like almost instantaneously. But he came into the fight a little bit later. Still able to get a bunch of kills there. He's 5-1-7 on that Phantom Lancer. He's finishing up an Eagle Song for himself, and like you said, it was probably be a butterfly for his next item. And in fact, it looks like it will be, and it just finishes up right now.
Finished it. And he's just became really hard to deal with. Even this Luna, like. She has a butterfly of her own, but she doesn't lifesteal off illusions, so Luna's not the greatest pick against PL for that reason.
Absolutely. And now he's going to continue to farm lanes by just sending his illusions out and into the jungle, into other lanes. And, I mean, his GPM right now is 714. It's pretty good, I'd have to say. So, he's got that going for him. Sitting on about 380 last hits and doing pretty well for himself. There's going to be another smoke gang coming in from the side of Dignitas, and they're going to try to force something here with Luna. Oh, the blink might be coming in, looking for that initiation. Will there be a lasso? BKB is going to pop. There's going to be a Lucent Beam. Bulba taking a bit of damage. There's the Eclipse flying as well. It's getting split pretty well. Fog taking a lot of damage. He's trying to get his Ravage off. He does get it off before he goes down. Tide's in some trouble as well. AUI 2000 trying to get back. Korok is BKB. There's the BKB is gone right now. AUI 2000 doesn't want to fight this one. It keeps backing. There's going to be a recall, actually. Relocate, excuse me. So there's reverse polarity onto 2. Nice reverse polarity, but the disruption immediately afterwards. Time still somehow alive. He's getting a lasso.
TC is just getting ripped. TC is getting ripped in the back by all AUI's illusions.
And he will actually get sent back home. TC just barely getting out of there alive somehow. I actually wasn't able to catch that.
It was a great RP from Bulba, but like TC and Fluff were in the back, and he had no follow-up at all because there was 5 illusions from AUI just tearing apart TC.
And now TC's back, though. He's ready to fight, and it looks like Dignitas is thinking about backing. They're sending a few more illusions in, trying to push this tower. As you can see, they're doing a very good job of it, and they're trying to take this tower down slowly but surely. And TC's going to try to farm and get these illusions out of here, but not before this tower becomes pretty close. Yep, it's in deny range right now. Almost going down, but it doesn't. It does get denied by TC, so there's that. Still, a tower is gone. And now top lane is getting pressured by all these illusions, which do so much damage. And look how fast this tower falls.
Yeah. And there's nothing Korok can do about it as a CK, except deny the tower. Cheeky little play from Korok.
I didn't think he was going to get in time, but surprisingly he did.
Mike is almost dying to the AUI's illusions right now.
Yep. And AUI is very farmed.
Yeah,
very
Dignitas
farmed.
looks like they have a great position on this game right now.
Experience actually still going the way of Liquid, about 7,500, almost 10,000 at this point, but the gold is still dropping, almost 2,000 right now, and once that hits 0, that's going to be pretty interesting to see. I mean, you look at the net worth chart too, 24,000 for the side of AUI, and then 18,000 for Korok, and 18,000 for TC, so despite their best efforts in the early game, AUI 2000 has gotten farmed, he's gotten a lot of items. I mean, you look at his items right now, they're just out of control. Well, close to out of control.
And he's one of the best late game heroes in the game.
Absolutely. I mean, with all those illusions we saw in the last few fights and pushing those towers, there's not a whole lot that they can do. And now they're looking at the tier 2 bottom. And boy, that could be useful.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this Luna, how much this Luna is going to be able to do against this PL. Fights become really chaotic with PL, and Luna's very she likes her fights to be nice and clean, and she likes to have her focus and be able to know who she's focusing. And with PL, it's just hard to do that.
Especially with like Eclipse,
They're spread
heading up
out.
on all those crypts.
Eclipse is going to be virtually worthless.
Absolutely, especially trying to fight into some push like that. But they will take the tier 2. They're going to TP back. At least one of them will. It's going to be tied to time, TPing back up into the top lane for the time being. And going to leave everybody else to their own devices down here in the bottom jungle. So Universe, as well as Way Too Sexy and Fard, they're going to be heading back with the creep wave for the right now. Meanwhile, Liquid looking for somebody up here in the top jungle, looking to continue to farm. Bulba's up here trying to go for that refresher, which you talked about. He's actually pretty close, just needs the recipe, which is 600 gold away.
That's really key for him. They really need the refresher to... They need big RPs. That's what they need to win this game. Otherwise, this game looks very bleak. AUI is super farmed. Bat has some good farm. They can't really like fight head-on that well with how farmed this PL is. And he can just split push really well, which he's been doing this game and last game.
Absolutely. I mean...
Korok's invis, though, with a gem.
Uh-oh. They see AUI 2000 is here. Korok sitting on the backside, and they might want to go on him. No one else is really there,
the
though.
full to kill him.
Yeah, I mean, the Fluff and TC are mid right now. So they really... Oh, there looks to be a big initiation coming in. Blink coming in from the side of Fog. There's going to be a Ravage, but TC's going to pop his... Oh, he got sent back home from Fluff. No, he popped his Eclipse, and it did nothing because he got sent home from Fluff. No.
Yeah, it isn't that big of a loss. His Eclipse wouldn't have done that much damage, and TC probably would have died. That was a good call from Fluff, sending him back.
Just you hate to see that when an ult goes off. You're like, oh, this could do something, and then he just like immediately gets sent back home. Yeah, it was probably a smarter play now that I think about it, but at the same time, it's just like, maybe could have done something.
No, there was only 2 of them there, from Liquid, and there was like all of Dignitas there, so.
Now they're looking for Roshan here, and if they can get another Aegis up on the side of PL, that could be pretty useful. They're thinking about going for it. Sitting up here on the high ground, gonna wait for this ancient stack to be taken by AUI.
Yeah, and AUI is at 5.5k gold, so he's gonna be building bots and another item, and bots are just gonna allow him to split push a lot better, and the other item is just gonna push him over the limit of like how much damage he's gonna do.
Once he gets bots, I mean, those towers and the lanes are just gonna get pushed out so fast.
Yeah, and he can bot to a lane freely and not worry about the repercussions because he has a Coddle on his team to recall him anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this Coddle picked up a Heaven's Halberd, so.
Oh, nice pickup. Wow, I'm surprised he was able to get enough farm for that.
Yeah. Figured I'd talk about it.
It's gonna make it a little bit more difficult for the likes of Quark and TC, so.
Yeah, and Universe is 200 gold off his BKB, and once he gets that, he's gonna be able to grab anyone without repercussion. Or retaliation.
And that'll be important. He's already got that force staff. He has had that blink and that force for what seems to be the longest time right now. I'm also surprised they didn't go for the Roshan attempt there, but there is this Radiant Ward, which will give them vision. Of course, this is a cheese attempt if they do go for it anytime soon. It looks like they're trying to reconvene in the mid lane. Chrysalis is picked up for Phantom Lancer and his Boots of Travel as well, so that's going to be a little bit more damage as well as just like we talked about, being able to split push and go to whatever lane you feel comfortable with and just farming away. So a very good game so far. 18-16 right now for the side of Liquid versus Dignitas. Once again, this is game number 2. It's the best of 3 series, so big initiation onto Bulba right now. There's the last episode coming in, and AUI 2000 as well. Going to try to right-click him down. AUI 2000 getting the kill on the backside. Buyback immediately from the side of Bulba, however.
Yeah, if he didn't buy out, that's a guaranteed free Rosh, and Liquid really needs to contest this Rosh, because giving away another Aegis for free is just too much for Liquid to handle. Oh, and Korak has an MKB now.
This could be a big fight, but it looks like Dignitas is sitting around the Roche pit. They're thinking about going, sending back Korak home. He's going to come back in just a moment. But it looks like Dignitas will not go for Roche just yet anyways. AUI 2000 is going to keep farming for the time being.
Yeah, they want to establish some map control. Dignitas does.
They almost have it, just waiting for AUI 2000 to push out the top lane, and of course, well, the middle lane is getting pushed by a ton of illusions, for lack of a better word. And now
they can also wait for that. If AUI pushes in, then they're going to be able to take Roche a lot easier if someone has to respond to a pushing Phantom Lancer at top and all his illusions. You know how fast they take down towers.
Way too sexy trying to go on. Oh, he's going to get hit up by Quark, but there's the last. BKB was before it went, though, and now that BKB charge is going to be done right now. There goes the 2 second stun on Fog. He's going to use his Reality Rift as well as his Phantasm trying to get Fog down. There's the Ravage going in, Hand of God as well. Quark taking a bit of damage, but there's another big reverse polarity coming in from Bulba right there. Shockwave and the Eclipse flying as well. TC on the backside getting killed from AUI 2000. He's going to go down. Now AUI 2000 is going to try to clean up here. He's going to get 1 kill. There's a double kill right now. Korak now he's going to back off. Spirit Lance going as well. AUI 2000 really wants these kills. Tide's still somehow alive as well as way too sexy, but Korak going to go down. There's a triple kill for the side of AUI 2000, and Chen now trying to get out of there. He's going to Ghost Scepter away, and AUI 2000, every single one of these games, well, both of these games, I should say, he's just been absolutely ridiculous in the late game, getting so many kills. You think about the ultra kill he got with Tiny in the previous game, and that was another example, and they're going to just try to focus Rax here.
Yeah, you just get so much farm in these games. He's sitting at 530 CS at 43 minutes. Insane farm coming out from him, and he's had 6 items. He's had a max inventory both games. And he's played phenomenally.
Absolutely has. Of course, that Phantom Lance is such a strong carry once you get into that late game, and they could not shut him down. They tried, it just didn't work. And he's going to try to take down the top Raxes as well. And this could be it. Could be it for the first game of Killing Spree, the first match, I should say. AUI 2000 trying to get down that tier 3 tower. It will go down. Raxes are the next focus here. Everybody's respawning at a few seconds except for Korak and Luna. Will be up in 20 seconds-ish. We'll try to take down these Raxes. There goes one. The melee Raxes and the range Raxes are going to get focused by the illusions. It should be enough on its own, actually. In fact, it will be. So that's 2 sets of Raxes gone. And now it's looking extraordinarily bleak for Liquid, who's already down 1-0 in the series. And in fact, Fluff is actually going to DC from the game, but we're going to pause, so...
It was just a DC, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't like rage quit.
No, I don't expect it. Out of anybody, I don't think Fluff would rage quit.
Way too sexy has two green balls. Gems.
Nice. He's got 2 of them. He's got double the vision. Double the fun.
Double true sight.
That's right. What does that give you? Double true sight?
Nothing.
I don't know. You can see everything. It's like an X-ray image of the heroes. Alright, so while we've got a moment here, I want to check out the items real quick. For the time being, of course, Bobo desperately trying to get that refresher. He is a little bit behind with that buyback, of course, so he's not going to get to that anytime soon, I'd imagine. I mean, Liquid, we talked about the items that they have. Fluff went for that Vlad's. You see the MKB on the Chaos Knight. MKB also on TC, who's at level 24 right now. So, looking at the dire side on the side of Dignitas, you got the Daedalus up on the Phantom Lancer, so he's already doing a lot of damage. BKB, which you talked about, finish up for the Bat Rider right now. Vlad's on, way too sexy. So really all Dignitas needs to do to really secure this is they can go Roche if they really want to right now. I mean, they've got 2 sets of Raxes down. They can get a 3rd easily. They can get the tier 4, assuming they want to fight into all of that with, you know, of course, the Hand of God, the reverse polarity, which is not available, but it will be in another 13 seconds. So this has been a really good game, a really good series as well. This is game number 2 between Liquid and Dignitas, of course. I am Maut. With me today is PAINTITGOLD. It's been a lot of fun casting with you, I gotta say, and it's been some pretty good games, so.
Good games. I like to watch it. I follow these 2 teams pretty closely because I have friends on both teams, and I like to follow their progress as they improve and play. Always a pleasure.
These games are just a joy to watch, and anytime I see either of these teams really, it's always just fun. Meanwhile, on the backside, AUI 2000 is going to get a kill on Bulba. I think that was just with illusions. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah, I see it. Can't
He's
tell
back
you.
in the well, so I don't know what happened. Well, regardless, he's got 6,000 gold in the bank. He's maxed out, essentially, and he's going to go for a Roshan attempt. The rest of it, Dignitas is here, ready to go. And this will just provide them a little bit more comfort, room to pressure, and try to get that last set of Raxes down, or just go for the throne, the tier 4 itself.
Yeah, this pretty much seals the deal, I would say. PL's just insanely farmed. As you could see last fight, he just cleaned everything up. And, I mean, Bulba's not anywhere closer to his refresher, and nor do I think it would really make such a difference. Like, I don't see them killing PL this game.
No, he's way too. I mean, just he's got
even
almost
if they
3,000
do,
health.
even if they do, like, he can buy out and bot back in, or recall.
Mm-hmm.
He has 8.5k gold.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold. It's a little bit of an understatement, but looks like AUI 2000 is going to go in the mid lane, push this out, and meanwhile Dignitas will push out the bottom lane while they're waiting for that to happen. He's just going to send his illusions into the mid lane, go for the rest of these little buildings here. The moon wells,
Way
if
too
you will.
sexy. Way too sexy. Decided he wants to be Usain Bolt, so he picked up his Yasha.
He's the fastest shadow demon alive.
Fastest shadow demon in the world.
It's just like he's going to be flexing at the end of the game.
Yeah, the classic Bolt pose.
I mean, who doesn't want to be the fastest shadow demon in the world? I would. He's got to get his agility up. So, they're still trying to push into this right now, and they're just waiting, they're waiting for AUI to sort of just let his illusions push into the base on their own, spread Liquid out, and then force a fight, I'd imagine. With that Ravage, of course, Universe can blink in as well with that lasso. He's got BKB. He's looking at TC right now. They're thinking about doing it. TC's going to back off smartly. This lane is still getting pressure here. Obviously, Tide's doing a nice job with that Illuminate, trying to pressure the lane and keep it pushed out. There's 3 here.
Yeah, AUI just burned all of Korok's mana with just a single
Here he goes. AY 2000 taking a 2-second stun. He's going to get skewered as well, and he's going to try to doppel walk away. Lasso's coming in on the side of Bulba right now, taking a bit of damage. No real follow-up from anybody just yet. There's the Blink Ravage hitting 1, hitting 2. Fluff's taking damage. He's going to go down as well. Here's TC with that Eclipse, trying to get Fog, trying to get Tides of Time will in fact go down. TC taking some damage from that illusion. He's got Diffused up as well. AY trying to get a kill here. There's BKB going. AY 2000 is like, nope, never mind, backing off. Fog biting back as well, or is here for the fight, I should say. Looking for, oh, nice blink coming out from Universe. Nice timing.
Yeah, very nice. Essentially wasting Phantasm.
Absolutely. Now Tier 4 is going to go down with the Illusions doing the job there, and now AUI 2000 continue to pressure this lane. He's going to back off as well. He's got no mana right now, but that's not really that big of a deal. He's got 10,000 gold in the bank. No Aegis. Actually, the Aegis is up on the Tidehunter. Or, yep, it's still there.
Yeah, they caught out AUI in the mid, and they blew a lot on him. They didn't use RP. But even if they did use RP to kill him, he would have bought out and ported back, so it would have been a loss for them right there. They need RP to defend.
Absolutely. And now TC. TC is trying to fight this alone. This might not be good. AY 2000 taking some damage also. He's going to get stunned up with that tether stun. He's going to back up as well. And now his illusions are just going to go to town. Well, actually, they get killed off pretty quickly with that shockwave, but they're still looking for this bottom tier 3, and now AUI 2000 is just going to come in here and start hitting it, essentially. Spirit Lance going into Ix Mike. Ix Mike taking so much damage, just trying to go down. Tether. No, he stays alive somehow. However, AUI 2000 gets the kill.
By the Rax.
Lasso coming in on the side of Bulba right now, taking some more damage. He's going to get focused down next. Skewer going to fly in. He's going to try to get out of there. Shiva's Guard not going to hit really anybody. TC getting focused right now from AUI 2000, and of course his illusions. AUI 2000 is going to take him down. AUI 2000 is going to take the Rex as well, or try to. Korok in the meantime, trying to go on. Shadow Demon, of course, Usain Bolt's going to be able to live though. Korok taking so much damage, he's going to go down. AUI 2000 just dishing it out right now. He's beyond godlike. And that's going to be Mega Creeps. That's going to be it. That's going to be the end of the first series here in Killing Spree. Once again, Team Dignitas will take it 2-0. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to have an interview with, hopefully, Universe from Dignitas. And we'll be right back. Once again, I am Maut. And with me is PAINTITGOLD. And we'll be back in a moment, so thanks for watching.
I do.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We have here Universe from Team Dignitas with us after that game, of course, beating Team Liquid 2-0. First and foremost, Universe, I'd like to say very good job on that Batrider. You were playing pretty great. What went into your decisions with your drafting, especially for the first two games? I know you guys like to run that tiny wisp, and you did it again in that first game. Was there any sort of were you worried at all in the beginning of that game, especially with the start that you guys had in that dual lane? Or were you confident through the entire thing?
No, early game went pretty poorly for us, I'd say, because me and Ty didn't move as much as we should have. But I was kind of confident in our late game because our PO strat works out pretty well, so I wasn't too worried.
Absolutely. And I mean, you guys have relied pretty heavily now on AUI 2000 carrying you guys in the late game, but it's more than that as well. I mean, you guys, a lot of your core getting up the items that you need, specifically on that Batrider, getting that blink and getting that force staff. Now, when did you start thinking that you wanted to really start pushing in and start taking their towers? When did you think that you were going to turn this around and essentially be able to get all of their towers and take everything down, essentially? What spurred that push?
Well, I mean, early game, we knew that they were going to try an all-in push after they picked Chen, and they have Wisp CK as well. So we weren't expecting to do very well early, but towards mid-game, we just decided to start split pushing and try and get towers with PL. We didn't really want to all-in push at all until later on. after me and Ty got blinks, that's when we really tried to start making things happen. But yeah.
Were you surprised to see them pick up Wisp after you guys played it so effectively in the first game?
No, I wasn't surprised at all. I thought they would.
Got any questions, Josh?
How does it feel beating Team Liquid?
It feels amazing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, feels good.
got a little endorphin high going on.
Yep, we do. The last game was pretty tense, so it's nice to pull out the win, 2-0. But yeah.
Yep, very nice.
Are you going to be watching the next series?
I think we have a match or a different tournament, so I don't think I'll be able to, but I wish I could. It's Fnatic NA versus EG, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So whoever wins that one will be playing you guys next week.
Yeah, I'll be pulling for EG in that one, so.
Should be interesting.
Are you pulling for EG because you want to play EG?
No, I like all the players on that team, so I hope they win. And yeah, I want to play them as well. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah? Do you have any... Oh, I guess that's a bit early. But I have a question from a viewer right now by the name of Robert Tins. Ask Sahil why he ulted Sam every chance he got.
It's obvious because I'm holding a grudge against him. No, it's because if I ulted anyone else, I think the Magnus would have just RP'd us, so I knew that I had to go on Magnus first and foremost, so yeah.
Well, I don't have any other questions, and I got to say that was a really well-played game, Universe. So thanks for joining us here for the interview. Guys, hold on for just a second. We're going to get into a break real quick, and then we're going to get into the next series, which, of course, is EG versus Fnatic North America. So sit tight. We'll be back in just a little while. Of course, if you want to follow us, you can follow us at Dota.com. So head over there and check us out. Otherwise, stick around.